everybody, Brent back again with my good friend Whirly Bird. Hey everyone, how's it going? Hey Whirly Bird, how are you doing? Well, you know, pretty good. Loving the spring, loving the spring. Did you go anywhere recently? Oh yeah, I went to Acapulco. You went to Acapulco, why'd you go there? Oh, that's where all the cool birds go. Okay. How about you? Did you go anywhere special? Well, you know, this last weekend was Victoria Day long weekend, so we went to Bridal Falls. Bridal Falls, that's pretty boring. Well, you know me, a pretty boring guy. You can say that again. Whirly Bird. Well, you know, I'm just stating the truth. All right, well, anyways, Whirly Bird, we think about spring. I actually think of a funny story about a spring in the Bible. A drinking spring. A drinking spring? What's so funny about that? Well, it's funny. Well, you're going to see why it's funny in a few moments. But it's a story about a man named Gideon. A man named Gideon? What kind of a name is that? No, not Giddy Up, Whirly Bird. Gideon. A man named Gideon. Who's Gideon? Gideon was just an ordinary guy who didn't think he was very special and couldn't do anything great for God. So what happened? Well, let me tell you the story. Okay. One day, Gideon was in his garden, minding his own business, when an angel showed up and said, Gideon, you want a new car? No, he didn't say that. You want a new motorboat? No, Whirly Bird. A new house? No, Whirly Bird. The angel said, Gideon, you've been chosen by God to lead Israel's army against their enemy, the Midianites. Their enemy, the Mennonites? What kind of an army was that? No, not the Mennonites, Whirly Bird. The Hunterites? No, I didn't say Hunterites. The Midianites. Midianites. That's right. So what happened? Well, Gideon said, I can't do that, God, because I'm going to Acapulco. No. Hawaii? No, Whirly Bird. Gideon said he didn't think he was up to the task because he wasn't very special. He was just an ordinary guy. So what did God say? God said, Gideon, I believe in you. I will be with you. I will help you. So Gideon took his army and kicked butt on the Mennonites? No, Whirly Bird. Gideon asked God to give him a sign first. So God made up a sign that said, Gideon, Gideon, you're the best. You're better than all the rest. Yay, Gideon. And it was in gold and silver. No, Whirly Bird, not that kind of a sign. What kind of a sign? A special miracle. God did a special miracle for Gideon to show him that he would be with him. So then Gideon went and kicked butt of the Mennonites. Well, no, this is where the idea of a drinking spring comes in. I was wondering about that. You said it was funny. Well, it's kind of funny, Whirly Bird, because Gideon started out with 10,000 soldiers. Well, that's a great number. But God said that was too many. Too many? What do you mean that was too many? God said you needed the army to be smaller. Army to be smaller? Well, what happened? So God told anyone could stay in the army, any of Gideon's soldiers could stay in the army, as long as they drank water like a dog. As long as they drank water like a dog? What kind of a story is this? Well, it's right in the Bible, Whirly Bird. Okay, so I bet 8,000 men did that, right? 5,000, 8,000? No, 300. 300? What kind of an army did? What? 300? Yes, only 300 men drank water like a dog, and that was a big enough army for God. What? Well, how did an army of 300 defeat an enemy of thousands? With lots of noise, using trumpets and jars. Trumpets and jars? What kind of a crazy army is this? An army who trusted in God's power. So what happened? Well, they crashed their trumpets, they blew their trumpets, and crashed their jars, and the enemy army, the Midianites, got so scared they all ran away. And that was that. Did they chase them? Well, yeah, they did chase them. Did they chase them like dogs? Well, you got to get the dog idea out of your mind, Whirly Bird. The point of the story is that Gideon, who just thought he was an ordinary guy, was able to do this great extraordinary thing for God using God's strength and God's power. Okay. Well, what lesson can I learn? You can learn too, Whirly Bird, that each of us can do a great thing for God. Whether you're a bird or whether you're me, Brent. Really? What kind of a great thing can I do for God? Well, Whirly Bird, have you ever thought about the fact that you're a funny bird and that you have a crazy sense of humor? Yeah, I guess I do, don't I? Yeah, have you ever thought about maybe taking that crazy sense of humor and going to sick kids' hospital and visiting the kids in the hospital and cheering them up with your humor and jokes? You mean I could do that? Yeah, but I'm just an ordinary bird. I'm not very special. But in God's eyes, you are special, Whirly Bird. In God's eyes, that's a very special gift he's given you, and you can go do that, and God would be with you and give you the strength to do that. And that's something special that only you, Whirly Bird, can do. Really? I never thought of it that way before. Well, it's the same as Gideon. Only thought he was an ordinary guy and couldn't do anything special, and God gave him this special gift of leadership, and with God's power, Gideon was able to defeat an army of thousands with only an army of 300. So in the same way, you can use the gifts God have given you. You don't have to feel ordinary. God always thinks of you as special. Okay, well, I've never thought of that before. Well, Whirly Bird, I want you to think of it this way. God has made each of us special, and no one of us should ever feel like they're unspecial, and we should never let the enemy try to tell us that we're not special. God loves us so very much, so very much. Now, Whirlybird, there's also a lesson that we can learn today. Oh, I like take-home lessons. What's my take-home lesson? Your take-home lesson is this, Whirlybird. Because you are special in God's eyes, you can do great things for God. Because I'm special in God's eyes, I can do great things for God. That's right. Okay, let me say it back to you. Okay. Because I'm special and eat flies, I can look like a frog. Whirlybird, I said because you're special in God's eyes, you can do great things for God. Because I'm special and wear ties, I can look great in the fog. Whirlybird, because I'm special in God's eyes, I can do great things for God. That's what I said. Because I'm special and wear ties and eat pies, I can play tricks on my dog. Whirlybird, now you're just getting silly. Oh, okay. Because I'm special in God's eyes, I can do great things for God. That's right, Whirlybird. So remember, the next time you're feeling ordinary, the next time you don't feel special, the next time Satan, the enemy, tries to tell you that you're not special, remember that you are. Remember Gideon, who just thought he was ordinary, was able to do this amazingly incredible special thing for God, using God's power and using the special gift God had given him. And Whirlybird, you can do the same thing. You can take your humor, you can go to kids' hospitals, you can cheer people up who need cheering up, okay? Okay, I think I can do this. This lesson has been very enlightening. Well, thank you, Whirlybird. It's been enlightening for me too. I will see you another day, okay? Okay. Bye. Bye. Say bye to the people, Whirlybird. Bye to the people.